game. Only going to do this once. Are you ready? Here we go. Competitor number 1, Hafthor Bjornsson. From Iceland, 26 years of age, 6 feet 9 inches tall, 400 pounds. You may have seen him on the Game of Thrones. Oh my! Competitor number 2, from Australia, Warwick Grant. First time here in our competition. Warwick won 2nd place in the Giants Live Melbourne last year. He is 35 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 330 pounds, Warwick Grant. From Colorado, Michael Burke. 39 years old, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 350 pounds. 4th time in our competition from Colorado. Every year he gets better and better and better. Our next competitor from England, Eddie Hall. 27 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 385 pounds. 4 times United Kingdom's strongest man. Come on, Eddie! Eddie Hall. From Poland, Mateusz Kiełczykowski. 22 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 302 pounds, our youngest competitor. From Iceland, Benedict Magnusson. 31 years old, 6 feet tall, 380 pounds. The greatest deadlifter in history, according to the powerlifting record books. Holds the world record of the deadlift at 1,016 pounds. We'll put that to test. From Phoenix, Arizona, Jerry Pritchett. 34 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 350 pounds. 3rd time in our Arnold Classic, Strongman, former powerlifter, Jerry Pritchett. From Bulgaria, Dimitar Savatinov. 34 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 325 pounds. Former circus strongman, and now he's going to make magic for us. Dimitar Savatinov. From Lithuania, Zydrunas Savickas. 39 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 400 pounds, 7-time Arnold Strongman champion, Zydrunas Savickas. From Fort Lupton, Colorado, Brian Shaw. Won this contest in 2011, the only man to win this contest and World's Strongest Man the same year. 30 years old, 6 feet 8 inches tall, 440 pounds. These are your strongman competitors. How about for them? Thank you, gentlemen. You may turn to your right and file off the stage. This is Benedict Magnusson. He's our first competitor. And because he's going first, I need you to give him a lot of love. Benedict's from Iceland. Quite a history of strongmen from Iceland. Magnusson is here. He's inspired by John Paul Sigmarsson, the 4-time world's strongest man. They have 90 seconds to do as much as they possibly can. Our head judge, Ode Hagen, will let us know if it's a good lift and the clock has begun. This is Benedict Magnusson. He's got it up to his knees. Leverage is everything. The timber is going to want to roll. He's got to keep it under control. Looks good so far. Here we go. It's up to his shoulders. Now he has to press it overhead. He has to lock out his arms. That was not counted as a successful lift. It's really, really, really thick, and so when they get it up to their shoulders, you can't see this from there, but their head is bent completely back, which arches their back. They have to get their alignment completely right so it doesn't hurt them. But it also squeezes the air out of their chest. It's tough to move along from that position. Watch what happens with Benedict right now. He starts to shake and tremble. He takes down deep. His nervous system starts to fire off, and he's ready to go. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. strongman competition is that you don't really have an understanding of how difficult this is until you see somebody try and fail. There will be some competitors that will knock out a couple of reps on this. He also has the option now of going to the lighter after everybody else has tried the bigger one.
Yes, he does. He do as many reps as he can at 385 pounds. You'll see that there's about 2 groups of guys here split it down the middle. Half the guys can probably do it once, maybe a couple more on the big guys, and a few of the guys probably shouldn't even try the 450.
Well, you don't try, you don't get, so they're going to try. All right, this is Eddie Hall of the United Kingdom. And the clock has begun. He's got 90 seconds in order to see how many lifts he can get over his head. Up to his shoulders. Help him, help him, help him. All right, he's got this in him. You can see that he can do that. As soon as he gets in position, you got to give him some love. You got to give him some energy. Here we go, Eddie, come on.
Really efficient clean, smooth, he's well oiled. All he's got to do is take it from the shoulders and push it up.
He's got plenty of time, he's got 50 seconds. Here we go, Eddie Hall, second attempt. He's got it on his shoulders, he's got to get his balance. Oh, that is close. Nope, that's it, all right. Eddie Hall. Our next competitor, it didn't take him long to become a legend. His first name is Half Thor, but really it seems like he's a Thor and a half. Hafthor Bjornsson. Switching the order here. There it comes. There we go. Last year we announced that Hafthor was going to be in Game of Thrones. How many people watch Game of Thrones? Did you see what he did to that guy? Oh my gosh. He was to say I'm not going to be really close to him while he's doing his thing.
6'9", he's so impressive. You think he's too tall to press. He amazes people with the power he has overhead. Don't count him out in this event. 400 pounds, he can handle this log for sure.
Why does he put chalk on his shirt and his shorts?
Of course, chalk to stick the bar, the log, so he has a little more catch.
Seconds. Just like the other athletes, nobody has done a successful lift overhead. We'll see if our third competitor, Hafthor Bjornsson, can do it. The clock has begun, and here we go with Hafthor Bjornsson. Got it to his shoulders. He's trying to get his feet set, trying to get the balance up. They don't really understand exactly how heavy that thing is until they try to lift it overhead, but he's got plenty of time. Oh, he's decided to not. He's going to drop down to the lower weight. This is strategy at play.
Well, you can surely see the kind of energy that took out of his body. As he took it up to his shoulders, he spun it so rapidly that it almost twisted right out of his hands. He expended a lot of energy right there. If he tries it again, he's just going to cost himself 2 or 3 reps with a 385-pound log coming in for himself.
Our next competitor is Jerry Pritchett. Redoing the straps on his wrist. Making sure that everything feels secure. The mental part plays a huge role, yes?
Jerry's got the power to do this. He just has to believe he can do it. Get behind him, ladies and gentlemen.
It's on his legs. Up to his shoulders.
lift clean, the small load, was the world record from 25 years ago.
All right, here we go, Dimitar Savatinov. Dimitar Savatinov, this is our 5th competitor. He's going to have 90 seconds. Our head judge Oda has started the clock. He's got it on his, oh, he's not wasting any time. Here we go. You know what? You got a little bit of that up, and then you can see that it starts to roll. And obviously, 400 and some pounds, and that thing starts to roll. Control of it takes a lot of energy.
Like safely, and that log is rather cumbersome.
$55 seconds. No, not this time. Dimitar Savatinov. Our next competitor, Mateusz Zakowski. He is our youngest competitor, 22 years old. He got into this competition because he won the amateur Arnold competition last year. And so here we go, seeing if he can play with the big boys.
Ton of potential, get behind him, ladies and gentlemen.
Mateusz Zakowski. He's got to do his shoulders. That looks pretty good. That was the closest so far, there's no doubt. He's got lots of time. He's got 73 seconds.
And he's got some carry power. He's just got to put it all together. He's got leg drive once he gets into his shoulders.
Well, nobody has done a successful lift, but we have some big men coming, including our next competitor. He is the true mountain man, Brian Shaw. Brian won this whole competition in 2011, and he's the only man to win the Arnold Strongman competition and the world's strongest man in the same calendar year.
Brian's making his bid to be the greatest strongman. And when I look at this log and I look at Brian, we look at the same weight. It's a pretty awkward implement. If he can put this overhead, it'll be a phenomenal lift.
Now I see that he's got straps around his elbows and his bicep, and does that help?
Helps a little bit. It's a bit of protection for his elbows. He's probably got some icy hot or something inside there to warm up his elbows. That's going to be the big hinge. Of course, is the elbow. The shoulders are protected with all the massive muscle.
What about the wrist? The wrist seems to be the weakest joint.
It could be, especially with the length of the handle inside of the log. If you don't grab it in the right place, or as you spin it, it torques the wrist, and the wrist strap is really necessary here.
Now, some of the athletes have actually had devices made for them so that they can train at home with the actual device, right?
They certainly have. Almost every one of these guys has a log in their own backyard.
All right. He really, really uses your excitement and your energy, so pump it up. Here we go, Brian Shaw.
Never been an athlete like this on stage, the world's strongest man. You're seeing 6'8" and 440 pounds.
Got his shoulders. Still got his balance, still got his balance. He's doing good, plenty of time. Now he's going to reset. He's going to re-jog, take a second for his body to recuperate. He's got plenty of time. He's got over a minute. And at this point, all he has to do is one rep, but he knows who's coming up after him. Austrian oak. The next one, Zydrunas Savickas. 7 times Zydrunas has won the Arnold Strongman competition. 7 times.
And Clint, I don't know for sure, but those of you who follow Zydrunas' records in his history, he's probably put a log like this over his head 7 times. If anybody can do this, he's been there before.
Head Judge Oda is just letting him know how we're going to start the clock and what's going to happen. Here we go. I see that Brian is still hanging around to see if Zydrunas can do it. And the clock has begun. 90 seconds for Zydrunas Savickas. Well, right now he's in first place, but can he make sure that nobody catches him? Do you think he can do another one? It's up to his shoulders. 2. Holy moly. Oh my God. He's got 55 seconds. Here we go. Attempt number 3. It's up to his shoulders. 3. He's got time if he wants to do another one. 30 seconds. What do you think? He's going to go for it. He's got 20 seconds. 15 seconds. It's on his legs. It's on his shoulders. And there he goes, Zydrunas Savickas. Four total reps over his head. Oh my.
This is going to be one great event at the Arnold Classic. I'll tell you, some question whether or not he's the greatest of all times. I don't question it. Some question that it might be Arnold's strongest man in history. 7 times, you can't question that. With that performance, we got the strongest man in this event for sure.
But remember, in a way, it's a marathon because this is the first of 5 events. And who knows? A little tweaked muscle here, you know what I mean? A little something there. You never know how this thing is going to play out. We have 2 more competitors. We're going to bring up Warwick Brandt.
Now he knows it can be done. He's got the kind of power to do this.
From Australia, the clock has begun. He's got 90 seconds. Whoa. Yeah, you see what I mean? That when you bring it up, it rolls. Looks like he tweaked something. No? No. You got to be careful. You got a lot of events. You got to be careful. All right, only one more competitor is going to try the heavy Austrian oak. Michael Burke.
As you can see in that last lift, Mr. Brad, you surely have to control the weight. He spun it so hard and had so much momentum, you saw it torque the whole shoulder. The shoulder's really not prepared to lift these kind of weights. But a guy like Mike Burke has the power in the shoulders to ram this overhead.
Mike is one of those interesting strongmen that actually is involved in the mighty Vince world as well. A tremendous grip strength. Now this is going to be something, and it's good to see Mike back after a little time away from the Arnold Classic. We're really happy that he's here. We know that he's a showtime competitor, so to speak.
He's not the youngest of the competitors, but believe you me, he's one of the guys that's gaining ground with every step, every competition, and every year. He just gets better.
He's our final competitor for the large Austrian oak. And the clock has begun. 90 seconds to see how many reps he can get overhead. Got to adjust the belt. Got to make sure everything is all secure. As you can see by the previous competitor, he wants to make sure everything is okie dokie. Shoulders. Come on, Mike. That was really close. Fortunately, the athletes are not right. All right, plenty of time. He's got 35 seconds. And remember, all he has to do is one rep with this oak, and he moves into second place. No matter what anybody else does with the lighter oak, this one trumps. One rep is all he needs to do. He's got 23 seconds. All right, Mike Burke. Well, we have a
world record just a few years ago, about 20 years ago, or a little bit more. The apparatus is almost the same size, 12 inches in the middle. The handles are separated the same distance. The handles are 1¼ inches, 9 feet long. The end, though, is about 14 or 15 inches tall rather than 22. So it won't get that cylindrical force and the rotation at the top. It's much easier to handle.
So that's going to make a big difference. Because as you can see, when I think it was Matushin, no, Warwick. It was Warwick that rolled it, and then kind of, because of the weight and the centrifugal force, because it was so big and heavy on the end, that's what kind of tweaked his shoulder. This will be easier to manhandle.
Oh, it surely will, but you're going to find that fatigue setting in if they do 5, 6, 7, 8 reps. And then when it spins to the top, luckily they can get it over the head, hopefully.
Now the next event is not going to be a shoulder press, it's going to be a pick up and carry things. So it's going to be kind of like a completely different demand on the body.
Yes, but as we know, it's going to take a bunch of that energy, and they only have so much energy in their body. They're going to pour out a bunch of it in these two events.
They have guards around their joints, but they don't have any of those special suits or shirts that powerlifters sometimes wear.
None of that stuff. No, this is basically raw.
Once again, he'll have 90 seconds to see how many overhead lifts he can lock out. He's getting into his right frame of mind. Our head judge is ready. As soon as he drops his hand, we'll start the clock. Here we go, here we go. That's what we want you to do, exactly like that. Benedict Magnusson. Give the high sign and then the clock will begin. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
No one's a deadlift.
All right, the clock has begun.
Benedict told me he's getting ready for the World's Strongest Man TV show by practicing a lot of these events. So look for him as a force in the future.
Whoa, there we go. Well, no, he didn't hold it long enough. Okay, so that did not count. Here we go, he's still in it though. He's got plenty of time. He's got 65 seconds. All right, that one counted, so he's got one rep. He looks at the judge to make sure he's got plenty of time to see if he can get some more. He's got 55 seconds. We know that some of the guys coming up behind him are going to knock out a few reps on this, so this is his chance to move up in the rankings. 30 seconds. Whoa! Saved himself a whole bunch of pain right there. You can tell that he knew it was off balance before it got like far over his head.
He's lifted a lot of heavy stuff. He's got tremendous skill, and right there demonstrating a little bit of luck too.
15 seconds. Do you think he can do one more? Let's go, Benedict. Come on, Benedict. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4. Benedict Magnusson, 2 reps. So as of right now, he's in second place.
Exactly.
And we'll see if the other competitors can do more than 2 reps with this lighter of the Austrian Oaks. Here comes Eddie Hall. see them, some of them will sniff a little smelling salts, a little ammonia, just to kind of get everything pumping.
UK's strongest man. 2011, 12, 13, and 14. Toughest guy coming from Europe for sure.
The clock has begun. He's got 90 seconds. Here we go. This is Eddie Hall. Up to his shoulders. That looks good. No, he's got to control it. And we count that. Holy moly. How in the world did he get that thing under control? He's got one rep. Plenty of time. 73 seconds. Come on, Eddie. Here we go. Up to the shoulders. 2. Lots of time. 55 seconds. Right now he's tied for second place. If he can do one more rep, he's going to move up to second place all by himself.
Come on!
Got it again. He doesn't waste any time. Do you think that there's some of the momentum to the shoulders is helping him get it overhead?
Probably not. He's stopping at the top, but surely he's using some leg drive. Body's starting to fatigue. Now it's a question of determination.
He's got 3 reps with this. I think he can do 4, I think. Do you guys believe that? He's got 20 seconds to see if he can do 1 more. 15 seconds. Come on, Eddie. Yes, he did. Oh, he's going to see me go for it.
Quick. 5 seconds. Leaving something in the tank, pouring it out right at the end.
That was awesome.
Creating a sense of urgency, wanting to get enough reps to get a good place there.
So he now has moved into second place. And what's interesting is how much energy and how much drive he had for that last rep. To do what he just did after 4 reps and then take a 5th and do it in like 5 seconds, that was amazing.
Well, he used to play rugby overseas, I believe. And he's got the determination. He's banging people around.
And lifting them over his head?
Just pushing around. He's basically a tough guy.
Okay. After Bjornsson, here's our next competitor. After Bjornsson.
Raw lifts, he squats about 800 pounds, bench presses over 500 pounds, and does a deadlift of right around 900.
So we know that right now second place is 5 reps. Third place is 4.
Picture of determination to me. This is one great athlete.
Once again, he'll have 90 seconds. Here we go.
Let's go 7, 8, 9 reps. Come on. He's got it in him.
The clock has begun. After Bjornsson. Up to his shoulders. That was not easy.
Very strict judging by Old Hogan. Every athlete has to conform to the same rules, and he had to hold it solid at the top.
After going for his second rep, when he lifted that first one, he had to control it. Do we count that? That's 2. That's 2. Come on, he's got 55 seconds. Come on. Seconds. 3. He's got time. Can he do 4? He's got 30 seconds. Can he do 4? Feed him. Help him.
Young and hungry. Let's see how hungry he is right here.
18 seconds. 15. 10. Yes, he did. After Bjornsson. It's all about points. It's all about getting points. And right now he is tied for third place. Our next competitor will be Jerry Pritchett. So now we have a real clear understanding of the landscape of this particular round of competition. We know that Zydrunas is in first place. We know Zydrunas is in first place. We know the second place is 5 reps on this oak. So here we come with Jerry Pritchett. His work is cut out for him. He knows exactly what he needs to do in order to get points to move up in the rankings.
34 years old, started doing the sport, gaining ground rapidly at 6'4", 350 pounds.
The clock has begun. It's up to his shoulders in a hurry. Whoa! Something's going to happen here.
A lot of attitude, a lot of aptitude.
2.
Gotta pace himself.
3. He's got more than a minute.
You really see that when he hit the groove. If he does the fourth one that way, he's got a few more in him. Former powerlifter, he knows how to put that power out rep after rep after rep.
He's got 40 seconds to do as many more as he can do. He's recovering a little bit. Here we go. Can he get number 5? Taking a breath. He's got time. What do you think, Jerry Pritchett? What do you think? 20 seconds. 15. 10. That's it. 4 reps from Jerry Pritchett. All right, he's still getting points. Remember, every single round you want to get some points because it's a cumulative thing. Coming up next, Dimitar Savatinov.
Really strong young man at 5'10", 325 pounds, 34 years of age. Above that belt, he's got a nice shelf with a log, rolls it up his chest. Should be an easy press for him.
That's the beauty of this apparatus. Easy. I don't know, we'll see. The clock has begun. 90 seconds. We count that one, yes? Yes, we counted that one. 1 rep, here we go, he's right back at it. 2. He's got great momentum. Dimitar Savatinov. 3. Plenty of time, 55 seconds, plenty of time. Can he move into second place? Can he do 6 reps? He's got 3 so far.
Question is how fast before he hits the wall. Looks like a good pace.
4. He's got time. He's got 35 seconds.
And rock solid form. Come on, keep it going.
Come on!
23 seconds. 20. There you go. He's got time. He's got time. Here we go. Can he do one more? 10. Yes, he did. had 2 seconds left after that last rep. Official reps overhead. Dimitar Savatinov is now in second place. Our next competitor, Mateusz Kilzakowski. Our youngest competitor, Mateusz Kilzakowski, 22 years old. Here we go. He won the amateur last year, now he's in the pros. Some points. 90 seconds has begun. 1, he's on the board. Here we go. That looked good. That looks really strong. 2. 3. Oh my gosh, his technique is awesome.
Amateur last year, pro this year. Get behind him, ladies and gentlemen.
4. I think he's got more in him. What do you think? 40 seconds, lots of time.
2 pounds. Last year's amateur, bringing it here at the Arnold's best strongman competition.
8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. We got it! Oh my!
Give you a bright future.
Oh my gosh, that was even crazier than the one right before it.
He knew just how much energy he had. He paced himself, but he was so explosive all the way through. What a future for that kid.
You know, I would think that there are certain techniques from regular weightlifting that will really come into play in terms of getting your body underneath you, getting your feet set, getting everything ready from the alignment in order to be able to push that thing overhead.
Well, he had surely displayed tremendous leg drive and all the way through the lockout with great athleticism, where he held it at the top to get the down signal. What a beautiful lift.
Here comes Brian Shaw. He wants to have it lined up. It looks a little off-center to him. He just wants to make sure that everything is all lined up. That looks good. That 6 reps is second place. Here we go, Brian Shaw. Here we go. 1. Right back at it. 2.
One strong man, 2 times the world's strongest man. Won the Arnold on 3 continents. That's for this rep. How many more after this?
Seconds. He's rocking and rolling. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. That's 5. He's got time. Can he do 2 more? $20 seconds.
Tremendous shape for a man 6'8", 420 pounds.
Brian Shaw. He had a really good rhythm going there. He had a really good rhythm.
He did fantastic strength overall body by Brian Shaw, along with great leg drive and super coordination at the top, locking it out.
You can tell on that last one where it wasn't quite, you know what I mean? It wasn't quite, and his whole body just kind of accepted the fact that that's it.
He knows when to shut down the burners.
All right, our next competitor, Warwick Brandt, is the one that you saw kind of tweak his shoulder. It turns out he's got a little bit of a pec tear. He actually did that during warm-ups, and so he's going to pass on this, which means that he will get, I think, 1 point or no points. How many competitors do we have? Anyway, so our final competitor in the Austrian Oak will be Michael Burke.
Third place last year, 39 years of age, fairly new to Strongman, but 6'6" and 350 pounds. I think he's going to blow you away here.
The clock has begun. He's got 90 seconds. This is Michael Burke. Whoa, that's one. Two. He looks strong. He looks really strong. Lots of time, 65 seconds. Three.
Of course, this is where conditioning comes into play.
Four. He's got 45 seconds. Can he do 2 more? Can he do 3 more? Come on, Michael. Solid, come on. Oh, that was close. He's got time, though. He's got time. He can do 1 more. He's got 25 seconds.
Mike Burke's the kind of guy that when he hits the wall, he can bust through it. Watch this.
Yes, he did. That's it, Michael Burke.
Tremendous effort.
Oh my gosh, so that concludes this apparatus. Round 1 is done. We know that Zydrunas Savickas won this round, but there are points that are spread out throughout the rest of the competitors, depending upon where they fit.